Hello guys, in this video of President Joe Biden up against Larry Elder, who just recently announced that he's running for president now about a week or two ago. So Larry Elder is just a trash candidate. You could just look it up him on the internet and he's like has the worst positions of any Republican I have ever seen. He doesn't want a minimum wage, he's against all forms of abortion. He wants to cut the government budget by so much it's insane, like over 50% he wanted to cut it, which would definitely hurt the economy. Again, he's just a fringe wacko candidate who really has no chance of winning the primary or general election. It'll probably be a landslide for Biden, but let's get right into it. So the safe red states, Idaho, Utah, honestly, just because the Mormons here are just heavily Republican. Montana, I'm not putting into the solid column either. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Louisiana, Alabama, Kentucky, West Virginia, and honestly I'm keeping Indiana on the board because I could see them underperforming there by a bit. So we'll get this started with the likely red states. So Missouri, South Carolina, Mississippi, Indiana, Kansas, and Montana. As you can see, I'm underperforming all of them. Obviously, Montana, I'm shifting to Leonard. I could see him only winning here by 4. I could see him drastically underperforming just because of how far right he is on the issues, that no minimum wage he wants. That's just going to kill him. That's an economic issue killer. In Colorado, New Mexico, again, just easily safe blue. Virginia, Minnesota. Honestly, with Democratic trends in Michigan, I could see it being safe blue because of how right-wing and just in general super elitist he is on economic issues. I could see that shifting Biden to a 10-point victory here in Michigan, honestly. In Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, not quite 10-point victories, but they're likely states. In Maine and New Hampshire, just safe blue, straight up. Even Maine second, I would put as lean blue, just nearly a likely win, honestly. Just a 4-point win for him in Maine second. It's still very rural, which is why it's not likely. Even with a terrible candidate like Larry Elder in the top of the ticket. In Nebraska's first, I'm going to put that back down to lean R. In Nebraska's second, just straight up safe. I just don't think Larry Elder has a chance at winning here, and I think Biden easily carries this district against him. And in these remaining states, Arizona, Nevada, again, Larry Elder would get wiped out with independents in both these states. Biden would pretty much crush him here. In Georgia, I could see it being even a likely state. Just Biden wins by a clean 5% margin. North Carolina, probably by about 3 points. And we come down to the state of Texas, and I gotta say, Larry Elder would be the candidate that turned Texas blue. That would be the final domino. If they nominate him, he's just a wacko on the issues. That'll definitely just end Texas's Republican streak of so long, since 1976. In Ohio and Iowa, I even see Ohio flipping due to economic issues, and I could see Iowa being a narrow, Dem tilt flip. Even in Alaska, I could see it going towards Biden. That would be the nail in the coffin for Republicans there. Just running someone who's not even on the spectrum of moderate. Just extreme right on everything. He's just a washed-up radio host who would just get decimated because his opinions are just so fringe. He would lose worse than Marjorie Taylor Greene, honestly. In the state of Florida, it's a tough one. Even though it's so Republican, honestly, I could see Biden just getting a narrow victory against Elder. I just think that Republicans would just give up on this election. They would stop fundraising him, and they would just focus on Senate races and hope for ticket splitting, which honestly I could see happening. I could see a decent amount of ticket splitting. But still, Biden gets a landslide 400 electoral vote victory against Larry Elder, who's probably the worst presidential candidate I have ever seen. Just terrible. He wouldn't have a chance at all, even against a weak Democrat. But I'll see you guys in the next video.